gonna go for it?
Not when he's texting and driving.
He's taking her tight. He cut you off. Well, hello there. It's been a while. Welcome back to Larson Farms. Well, you can see as we are rounding down to the end of summer, the county fairs are all happening around the area, and it's time to do the one last pass of the PP, the dreaded PP acres. Now, you kids don't get excited. It's not time for the bathroom break. It's preventative plant. Yeah. So you can see we had a little spot here 2 years ago. We had corn down here. And for different reasons we had to do it, but that is nice and clean. Little squared off corner here, a lot cleaner than the rest of this. And if you're wondering why in the world is your back window wall also dirty, well, guess what? It's storm damage. The whole thing's been sandblasted, so the dust sticks right to all them little pock marks, and it's a non-stop problem. Just priced out a brand new one, $1,600. Oh man, storm damage. I'd hate to be an insurance company this year because, well, it's not going to be good. Premium's going up, I'm sure. That's a lovely thought. It's just what I needed to think about today. Okay, headland's coming, and you know it's a two-handed event here. Well, thank you for reminding me that the headland's coming. Putting you down. Yes, I survived the turnaround, if you were wondering. I hate to get you all concerned about that, but here we are. You can see the line a little bit better now. Well, thank you for asking. The guys are back at home. They're winterizing the one sprayer, getting ready to park that away for the year. And as we are parking the sprayer away, we are still out here. Well, you know, the PP problem. Oh yeah. When we get up here, I'll take you guys out and I'll show you how the 5200 Salford is working. It's really quite impressive once again. She's a dirt churning machine. Yeah, I'll take you out here. I'll show you what this hemp is all about. Hemp? Oh yeah, it's the water hemp, not the other hemp that some guys are growing. This is free hemp. It's worthless hemp, no good, not for anything, worthless. No, there I'm mumbling. Give me a second. We'll get out. Okay, I have safely accomplished the depression. I stepped the clutch in. Oh, whatever. Oh. Remember, kids, always close the door when you leave your cab. And you old guys too. There you go. Good old water hemp. It's never been looking better. So I believe my idea here was to try to, if I can't tear it out, to go deep enough to actually cover it up. I'm hoping not to have to double pass it, but it's looking pretty good. We do have just one little issue, and that's just the way it is. But where did it go? I thought there was, yeah, there's one wavy coulter on this thing, and you can see it. It's right down the center of the machine. It's throughout the whole field because, well, you know, the center of the machine, it goes throughout the whole field. So I don't know how that's gonna be, but I suppose there's just no way around it. Gotta save a little seed for next year, you know. And you can see that this PP stuff, no crop here. So look at how muddy it is, how moist. Just yeah. So next year, the PP acres, they really do not, well, it actually is worse. If you got another wet spring, it is even worse because there's no crop here to take out the soil, moisture, excess moisture, and it just, I suppose there's a reason why people years ago summer fallowed. It was to build up the moisture. I wonder if they don't do that down southern states too. Okay, maybe you guys want to ride somewhere? You want to watch? You know, I know better than to do this with the coontail. Chad always told me to take the other camera along because the big coontail, he kind of likes to fall off, but you holler. If you fall off, you holler. Hey, you survived! I couldn't take you watching you in that dust like that. I felt sorry for you, so yeah, you can't tell me I made you sit out there too long. Okay, here we are. We're in that area that the cornfield was. And yeah, it's getting, it's really doing a good job up here. Wow. Get the planter. No. Okay, let's get back inside where it's nice and cool. Oh, I'm sorry. So fussy. She's always talking to me. Bothering, yakking, you know. For those that know. Okay, I gotta put you down again. Where do I go with you? Back when I was gonna show you guys how the Salford was working, you were outside on the hitch, well, if you lower the implement with one of these and forget to slide it back into the detent or the middle position, and you try to use your button up here, which is very nice and convenient, everything is right down here, you just raise and lower your implement by them two buttons. Those two buttons do not work if your hydraulic lever is not in neutral. So I just thought I'd show you how a real professional runs his equipment by not knowing how to use his equipment properly. Or maybe I was just under pressure because I knew all you guys were watching and I cheated and I raised up this button when I like to use this one. Well, then I choked because you guys were watching and, well, yeah. So I'm gonna take you along for a little ride here. I'm going around to the other side of the field to show you what is, it's seen a lot this summer around the area. It's, here, I'll show you. I think I got it all figured out. You just wouldn't believe the problems I have with this technology stuff. Oh man. Okay, so as I was saying way back there, this is a very, very typical site. Typical site. It is a site seen often throughout the community. Yeah, it's a grain bin. It just, they all took off for a walk. You know, I've said that before, but this one come from down the road about a little over a quarter of a mile, and it must got sick of sitting up there with his other bin friends. Decided to come down and hang out with the trees. So I was actually down here with the Bobcat a few days ago, cleaned up all of these lovely branches that sloughed off down in our side of the trees here, and I don't know. I gotta regroup. Gonna have to regroup. They sloughed off into our side of the field, and no, those are not our trees. There, I gotta breathe deep. Oh man, Chet, you gotta come over and take over for me. I'm rusty. Because I can. Reclaiming land. Now I see Chet's here to take over for me because, well, I gotta go talk to a guy about my house project. Yeah, about my house project. Still working on it. So I'll bring you guys along some other time to show you that update, but I'll let Chet take you. 3 days? 4 days? She's dead?
2 days.
2 days. Again.
No, 1 day. 2 days.
2 days. 4 days?
2 days.
Oh, and all we want to do is rinse the sprayer out so we can winterize it, grease it, and park it away because we're done spraying, except for desiccation. So we got to keep one sprayer up and going.
Yep.
But we're dead in the water.
Charging. Oh.
We're finally done. We're working. So we've come to the chemical warehouse to get our tote of RV antifreeze because all we gotta do is do 3 flushes through the sprayer, dump RV antifreeze in there, flush every line on there, which it sounds difficult, but it's pretty straightforward and easy. Just takes about 50 or 60 gallons roughly of RV antifreeze to flush all the lines. Just so that it don't freeze and break everything. And will you look at that? The bean heads are home. We gotta get those ran through the shop before black bean harvest. So I really don't know. We have to spray them to kill them, to harvest them. So thinking September 15th, roughly. Hoping. Eric, what are you doing? Always with the yelling with you guys.
We're back.
All right, we're gonna do a triple rinse, correct?
I'm injured again.
Yeah, you and your doggone after hours
Softball.
injury inflicting sports.
It's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Because we didn't win the championship this year. We won last year. You know, when I played more. Seriously though, I add nothing to the team, but it's good fun.
Do you know how to run that setup up there? Or do you need a professional? You need a professional? Rev it up!
Hey!
What?
Faster!
Can't hear you!
So basically all we're doing right now is we just added fresh water from our spray tender. We're running it through all the lines. So I can rinse the tank out. We've got the inductor. We have agitation control, filter purge. Basically we run clean water through all that 3 if not 4 times, flush the boom out. It's basically what we have to do if we're switching crops. Definitely at the end of the year, obviously you want your machine to be cleaned out, no chemicals sitting in there before you put the RV antifreeze in to blow it through. And do the same thing when you put the antifreeze in there, is just run it through all those functions and make sure you get RV antifreeze in there and don't crack any very, very, very expensive components. Well, we got it all flushed out, but there's some residue stuck in the tank and just a bunch of like rust chunks that we are unsure on where it came from, but we're just gonna rinse it out and then winterize.
need this as level as possible so we can get a judgment of what 55-ish gallons is. Then we dump it in our rinse tank, which we never did use because when we rinse out, we're always hooked up to the trailer, and the water goes to skunk water if you leave it in here all summer. But we dump RV antifreeze in here, suck that line to the main tank, rinse that whole system, and then to the booms and so on and so forth out the system till it's done.
We have just under 100 gallons, so we have to do 2 sprayers. So
That is good. We're gonna have to buy some 1-gallon jugs for that second sprayer.
Yep.
Okay, well, give her 50, 60 gallons roughly, eyeballing. Okay. Rinse tank to main tank.
Rinse to rinse.
So basically, sucking from the rinse tank to the main tank, rinsing of the main tank, will winterize all those lines. And then we'll go main tank to rinse. That'll rinse all them lines. And then agitation, booms. It's really quite straightforward. You just got to hit switches in the cab, and also the inductor will run it through the inductor system, so that's all winterized. Brody's doing the winter grease. Is this the first time you greased this year?
Should I say yes or no? Yes.
Of course, he greases every day. Actually, he greases more than Eric does. Fact. Winterized. Now it's just all these functions of the inductor till it turns kind of reddish, yellowish. Or jug rinsing. That's done. So now we just go to every section, run it till it turns red, shut it off, and then give a short burst through the nozzle bodies with that RV antifreeze. Next section, there it is. So on and so forth. Takes a lot longer to get to the ends than the middle. So at the other farm you worked at, did you rotate all the nozzle bodies and run RV antifreeze through every nozzle or not?
No.
No.
I don't know if you're supposed to or not.
We used to, but then last year I think we did a test sample to see if it would work or not, and nothing broke, so I think we're good.
So,
Did we miss anything?
well, we never did the flowback tube, realistically.
We could do that.
So turn all the nozzles on, and I'll just master clutch on and off a couple times.
Duggo's calling, I gotta answer this. Yeah, we used to get it at Menards in gallon jugs, and it's actually cheaper than totes, but I got this from some lawn care company out of the cities that watches our videos, and
you're saying you need some more?
then we bought some from him. So if that guy still has my phone number, I would appreciate a text message because I need more. Because I don't remember. Maybe if I just type in my phone RV antifreeze, it'll pop up in my content.
It should.
Contacts. I'll try that. So, since we're running low, we are going to recycle, save some of this for the next sprayer. And yes, it's diluted, but there's probably not very much left in here. We were very efficient on this one. Give us some more, Bodie. Come on! That's heavy. There's more than the average amount. We were really efficient this year. Makes me wonder if we've missed any steps. No, we didn't miss any steps, Douglas, I promise. He would really be unpleased with how sloppy we just were.
Yeah, on concrete too.
I'm in pain. My leg hurts
Get
so
up
bad.
that ladder,
It
Eric.
hurts. These are stairs. It hurts more than you think.
Behind the scenes clip at Larson Farms. Here we are stretching out the hamstrings. Toby's after another cat. Okay, I believe we're winterized. Brody's cleaning the screens out now, but Eric has a story to tell.
It's embarrassing though.
Did it
Actually,
hurt?
it's anger filled. It hurts. Still hurts. Brody! Yeah, I was spraying soybean field fungicide for the first time this year. I was in that field, and Brody didn't warn me that there was a massive trench that the ditch witcher and Dougal made last fall. And the canopy of the beans kind of hid the trench, so I hit it going about 14, 15 miles an hour. And we've had violent bumps and whatnot, like in the old 8430 and
The cat.
yeah, I mean those didn't absorb bumps. These do a lot better. But that was by far the most violent thing I've ever experienced. I flew out of the cab, and then the tractor rebounded and threw me back in. And I smoked my head on this, I'm pretty sure.
He doesn't even know really what he hit his
Golf ball size bump on there. Shocked I didn't break more windows. Stuff in the cab that I didn't even know was in the cab started flying around. I found a garage door opener that I think we've been looking for. And the whole tractor's auto track shut off, steerable hitch shut off, the sprayer itself shut off, and it finally came to a rest about 5 rows off and your beans or someone's beans, and I was so annoyed. It hurt so bad, concussed, and
I'm sorry.
So, guys, wear your seat belts and make sure to get sprayer notes from your other operators.
yeah, Brody.
I remember that spot.
He,
Well,
he remembers. Thank you.
kind of the same thing that happened to you, but not as violent.
No warning.
Well, that was a horrifying story to hear about my equipment being abused. But I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. You know, that cracked windshield is starting to spider web a little worse.
Yeah, so this window is storm damaged and has now started spider cracking through the windshield. So that's going to kibble to get a new front windshield replaced.
Yeah, that one wasn't me that broke that.
So since we're talking about the cell defender, the cup holder / cell phone
If you rub my
holder,
road rash raspberry one more time, I'm getting out of this cab.
let's not make it weird now. Anyways, about your road rash, this cup holder is very awesome. I like them a lot, and they're very, that's my favorite part right there, having the cell phone holder. So a lot of equipment, combines, don't even have cup holders or not enough of them. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll drop the link in the description, and you can save 10% off, I believe. No? Something. I don't know. There's a code. Larson 10. Worst part about this job so far, Eric, is the rotten bean smell coming off. It smells like dead fish. It's horrible. It's all up in the tracks, and when Rylan washed it, it's now mildew, musty, yucky, stinky. We ready to go on hook?
Yep.
I'll quit talking.
There's Clue again.
So you got your rim home safe and sound. Only a few scratches and scrapes. Minor. Is it safe to ride in this?
No.
I survived. I survived the Impala. All right, this is where we just pulled the heads out. This is what we call the head shed. Normally it's full of bean heads, corn heads right here, but they're all at the farm to get service for fall harvest. So we're gonna park the sprayers on this side. Eventually, we'll park the one here. You can see the tracks where we removed them this spring. I think they're going off the block that we parked it on last time. I would say that's good.
That's how we knew.
That's how you knew? Cheaters. Until next year. He's not moving over.
And you don't have his hazards on either.
You gonna go for it?
Not when he's texting and driving.
He's taking her tight. He cut you off. The Impala for the win.
He moves
So I'm going to unhook the power supply, just park this truck away to this trailer, because we use old batteries that are still good that we take out of other pieces of equipment and put in these trailers as like a supply battery back there, but it ultimately charges and gets charged off the truck. Well, if that battery's shot, it's just gonna draw down the truck. So I'm gonna, easy diagnostic trick there. So now if the truck's dead in a couple of days, we'll know the battery's in here or shot. Otherwise, we're gonna have to trace down. Maybe there's a battery in the truck that's shot. Well, hello, beautiful. We're gonna go get the draper on, get it in the shop, so we have something to work on now, maybe in the morning. It's about that time of the season where you get to start relearning everything that you learned last fall on how to operate a combine. Boy, did I miss that view. Yes. Beautiful. Oh man, I have forgotten how tight this gets to be. Wow, that has got to be inches from that doorway. Wow. I forgot how tight that is.
Oh yeah.
How much room is there on each side going through there?
2.5 inches.
I'm sorry, Eric.
I wouldn't doubt that, actually. So one of the things you do before winter is detension all the draper belts. So that all needs to be retightened. I also got the books out, boys. So we're pretty new to draper head ownership, so we best go through the service department in the book, make sure we don't miss any steps, see if there's any gear oils that need to be changed. Also, the Crary wind system here, which is going to be very necessary this year with black beans. They're definitely very short, like that's just the way the crop is, and you need that to blow them in. But we might have to change some gearbox oils and grease. Check over our sickle. Look for any other random broken stuff. So this is the gearbox that runs the fan that blows the air to all the drop tubes that blows the crop into the head. It says in the book, boys, for future reference, yearly or 500 hours, whichever comes first. And I remember that from our older style gearbox. This is the new and improved, lot better system actually. Honestly, it don't look too bad. But we'll change it because I'm sure it's an expensive gearbox that we do not want to destroy. Alrighty, that project's done. Guess I gotta run, so I gotta go take over for Dad.